Hello and welcome to AntipoDnD. I'm a velociraptor because everybody else is dressed up, kind of nicely and shiny, and I don't like dressing up, but I'm going to be a velociraptor for the next 30 seconds. So, this is a show in which a bunch of Australians play Dungeons & Dragons in a setting partly inspired by prehistoric Australia and New Zealand. I am David, not normally a velociraptor, but these things happen. I'm the Dungeon Master for this show. I am joined as ever by April. I did it again. I blended April and Kine, which works tonight because they're actually...
What has science done?
Because April and Kyneman have met in person. They're actually in the same building right now.
Yay.
Which is, if I achieve nothing in my life, I have achieved this much at least.
You sure have.
April, Kyneman, Doug, and Zindy. And this is a very special episode of AntipoDnD for that reason, and also because it is the beginning of the masquerade ball that we have long been looking forward to. And my left arm's getting tired holding my velociraptor up, so... the number of times I've had to say that. Welcome. Thank you for watching. Tonight's show is... Well, let's just get right into it. As our last session finished... everybody was dressed up. They'd gotten into their masquerade costumes in preparation for the ball. The ball itself will be beginning at sunset, but our characters arrived a little early to the botanic gardens, the Crown Land and so forth around the palace, where a garden party, an impromptu garden party, has started up. So the sun is low on the horizon. It is not yet sunset. It's about an hour away. And so I am going to put the artwork of you all into the stream. But can you also please describe yourselves as you make your entrance?
Oh, man.
Who's going first? Someone else go first because I'm not in Foundry yet.
I feel like Vitericus should go first.
That is probably fair. So Vitericus has dressed perhaps a little down for the event, although still excessively gaudy. So the outfit is largely Superb Lyrebird inspired. At the moment, it just looks like a rather stylish brown cloak over the shoulder and a rather large hat with some lyrebird feathers in it, and a mask to match. And it's quite a nice picture. And if you're looking at it now, dear audience, it's excellent. Thank you, April.
Yes, thank you, April.
You've done such a good... Holy crap, I've been staring at these all day.
Yeah, that's so good.
It made it very difficult to work.
Well, Dags has taken inspiration from our slain foe, the white dragon. And she is dressed as a teeny tiny little white dragon. And look, I can't even begin to describe what is happening. It's got many different textures. Her hair has been braided into a tail. Her beard has an intricate little thing. She's wearing just look at the picture. It's amazing.
Yep.
It's a dragon. It's a dragon's jaw.
She's a dwarven dragon.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
heck, I hadn't picked that out. Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's two jawbones.
Yeah, jawbones. Oh,
Yep.
Heck yeah.
Dagmar got her drag on.
Yeah.
Oh, we were calling her Dragma, yeah.
Dragma.
Dragma. I think Aussie will waddle in with Cass next. They're dressed pretty much identically. So Aussie is in a very long white robe with a black cropped jacket over the top with a yellow gradient and a big tassel in the middle. And he is a very handsome emperor penguin. I thought that there could be a very low-level snow enchantment on his cape too, so whenever he flicks his cape, a little bit of snowflakes fall out.
Oh man.
Yep.
Nothing crazy, just very low level.
I will definitely allow that.
Thank you, kind sir.
Well, as far as Mozart's concerned, he had no freaking idea of what dressing up is, so he just kind of left that in the hands of fate and or Aussie. And he's come out dressed as a lace monitor, which is amazing. As just all of these costumes are so well thought out, and I can't deal with it.
Thank you.
When I was looking at it though, I was like, "Yo, is that a lizard onesie under there?" But I am
No.
told that it is not, and he's just got his scooch tucked in. So he's got kind of a lizardy suit underneath, and then he's got this gorgeous kind of, is that sheer, the stuff over the top? It looks like
Which
it sort
part?
of is the pants and the vesty thing.
Not cheer, but they
No.
can if you wanted them to be.
Well, I mean, look, they're sort of light and flowy and sort of.
we can say that.
I
sure.
really dig that, but like, yeah, I don't know. I thought I was maybe seeing his legs through him, so I'm like,
No, seam lines.
Yeah, gotcha. Well, anyway, it looks fantastic and kind of deserty and thematically as well as he's a lizard, and I just love it so much.
And then a little bit of sulfur crested cockatoo on the top.
I mean, we're all
Because
birds.
we're all birds except Dagmar.
No,
but a dragon is a kind of bird.
I mean, yeah, it's a. Well, no, we're not all birds. We're all dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Two of which are the bird variety.
Hey, go back far enough. We're all related.
Yeah. I was gonna say trace
We
them all
all-
back. Trace them all
we all
back.
came out of the same primordial soup in the end.
Yeah.
really. Dragons.
Delicious.
Everyone.
I mean,
You
nobody's
call
told
that a
nobody's
phayus, right?
Yeah.
nobody's
Oh, true.
nobody's told rainbow lorikeets that they're not, raptors. So there's a link for you there.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
So,
So
the
we are actually
Beautiful.
Bird Squad. I love that.
5 of you, including Cass, have arrived at the gardens. And it is a carnival atmosphere. As you look around, everybody is, at the very least, wearing a mask. The level of detail, the amount of, how fancy they are, and the opulence varies considerably from one person to the next. Some people are really into it. Some of them have just slapped on a basic domino mask. It really depends on how much time they had to prepare, how much money they had, whether some of them happened to have something lying around, desperately hoping for the day that a masquerade ball would happen,
Oh my
cursing
God. Same.
cursing the previous governor, Toll, for not hosting one. So as you enter the gardens, the light is dim, but the lanterns around all of the paths have been lit. And it is, as I said, a festival, a carnival atmosphere. There are performers, there are acrobats, there are jesters, there is music being played, there are people busking for all intents and purposes. There are games being played, there is finger food being served, street food, essentially. So, what are each of you going to do? Or, first of all, as a group, what do you do?
As a group, the acting troupe that we're buds with, they are out on the street performing. Hey, they're not in the garden party performing.
They are, well, if you're going to look for them, you've not seen
Sure.
them so far. You
Yes.
haven't come across them as you walked through the streets.
I'll keep an eye out.
Yep.
Didn't you invite them? I mean, I sent a message for you, didn't I?
You did, thank you. So hopefully they're here somewhere. I mean, depending on how long it's going to take them to get here, they might not be up here yet. They might rock up
Maybe-
during the actual ball.
Oh, wait. I suppose if they were dressed up, we'd still know who they were.
Well, it
Because they're
depends. If
performing.
they's dressed up as they usually are, then we'd know. But if they's dressed up something else,
I mean, I
Well, if they're
recognize
performing.
Nerek's spectacle, right? Like, Nerek's,
Yeah,
I
right,
know Nerek's
sure.
magic, so...
So is this your first priority to see if the players are about?
Maybe not first priority, but I'll keep an eye out as we're sort of moving around the party.
Okay.
I want a canapé and a little drink.
Yes, Dagmar would like an alcoholic beverage.
yeah,
That sounds like number one priority.
yeah, sounds like we all want.
Oh, didn't what's our friend's name? The ex major domo.
Yes. He is your +1.
Is he with us?
I'm
Or are we
happy to
gonna meet
say
him later?
that you agreed beforehand that you would meet him at the palace when it was time for the ball to
Okay.
begin, and that he would
Right.
signal you so you would know who he was.
Oh, perfect.
Perfect.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Perfect.
I figure we would have set something like that up.
Yeah. I'm not going
Okay.
to make the entire episode about how do you recognize someone behind a mask.
Who's my
Roll
plus
to
one?
recognize.
Yeah.
Who's that Pokemon?
So in terms of food, the food is
Yeah.
there are eels, there's iced cream, of course, mussels.
Baskin and Robin.
Baskin, Robin.
A lot
Yay.
of there is a lot of seafood being served because it's a coastal city. Cheese.
Valid.
There's a lot of cheese.
Cheese!
Probably something akin to crackers to go with the cheese.
Of course. Couldn't not have crackers, Grummet.
And
Dagmar will be having all of the above.
and they all there is price for them, but it's all fairly cheap. It's all sort of coppers essentially. Basically, everyone who has food to sell has decided to abandon their stall and come here to sell it.
Valid.
That's
What are we
business thing.
seeing? Like, who's a standout? Is anyone like, whoa, that's an outfit, geez. Do we
Yeah.
see
Nod.
oh no.
Give
We
me
have no
perception
idea what a
checks.
costume is.
Give me a
Okay.
perception.
I was
check.
gonna say, do we see the lady whose drawing we saw that she wanted?
Oh, Rose Lady.
Yeah.
The flowers, yes. I will be keeping an eye at her at the ball, but are we perception checking?
Yes,
Yes.
please.
I don't know, 13.
Let's perceive.
I rolled a 3, which brings my total to 14.
Jesus.
You rolled higher than me and I rolled a 7. Fuck you.
Bards.
I rolled a 7, which makes it a 10, which makes it a 17.
Ooh,
Yes!
You
That
guys.
shit.
Unbelievable.
And I just rolled in that 20
Hey!
Hey!
for a 22 total.
Orsi's just looking at Cass.
okay.
Bless.
Morzod, you do spot. There's I believe the description was basically covered in flowers. Was what the rather snooty woman wanted from Vicore.
Yeah.
You do see someone.
Reckon
It's a
that's
very impressive costume, covered in
probably her.
flowers.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of
Ooh.
magical.
They're all sort of continental flowers. They're not grevilleas or waratahs. It looks like they've gone for fairly traditional, roses and, European stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Until
elbow Viddy.
until you walk around behind her and
Oh, no.
realize that the back of this outfit, the flowers actually seem to morph into turds. And you think she is not aware of this.
Oh
No!
my. Oh my. Hey, Viddy. Viddy.
Mm.
I think
Have
that's
you
our
tried
friend
this
from the
cheese? This
shop.
cheese is... Oh.
What?
Excellent.
What's so funny? What?
Tell you what, we're going to have to find your friend and congratulate
Uh,
her on such a fantastic costume.
6 o'clock. Well, no, not 6 o'clock. What is it? Like 3 o'clock, maybe?
Sorry, so ahead is 12. 6 is straight behind.
I was
Yes.
trying to make a sundial joke, but I couldn't think of one.
Oh, yeah, right.
Ooh, is that her?
I
Is that-
think it is. I
Is
think
that
it
her?
is.
Oh
If you have
my
a look,
God.
if you have a look at them in flowers, it looks like it.
Oh my
Oof.
goodness.
Spectacular.
Cass, someone is getting absolutely served.
Hmm?
The artistry is genuinely impressive. Like,
That's incredible.
Takes
Wow.
significant skill.
Oh,
I hope
see.
her dress doesn't smell accurate.
I mean, it must smell like roses.
mhm.
You might want to keep
Mhm.
you might want to keep Melville in your robes too. I don't know how people are going to react to it.
That's
Ferret.
kinda-
He looks around and says, I think he's already run off. Don't worry, he'll be back. He's missed
Oh, just
Triland, you see.
okay. Well, hang on to me at least. Don't bump into anyone.
Someone might think he's a rogue stole.
Oh, that would have been a fun idea. I should have incorporated that into the outfit. Oh, also, Glow is black and white like a penguin. She's got penguin
No.
markings.
Yeah. Does she seem okay with that, or is she sulking?
I don't know.
Glow seems okay with it.
Do birds see in colour?
They see it in
Yes.
super hyper neon.
You
Nice.
think Glow's objection to a penguin morph would largely boil down to penguins can't fly.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
No one wants to go from flying to waddling.
Well, I mean, it depends on whether you get all the other stuff with
True
like,
love.
amazing swimming, though.
If we go for a dip later, I'll turn her into a penguin. How about that? It does take me an hour to do, though. So
You have to be very.
We'd have to
very
pre-plan that dip.
No, we'd have to pre-plan going for a swim. And are there any fountains here? Are there fountains?
Not in the gardens, no.
Okay, just
What?
checking.
Really? No fountains in the gardens?
No fountains in the gardens.
Damn.
No beautiful
bold
black
choice.
swans.
Oh, well.
No black swans.
No, wouldn't be swans in the gardens. There aren't any water features around here.
No water
Um,
features.
What would
Well,
there
I mean,
be?
I suppose we're coastal. So.
Actually, there would probably be galahs at some point. Probably some gulls, silver gulls.
Ah,
Ibises.
Beautiful.
There have to be ibises.
Of course.
of course.
What
not.
what time of the evening is it? Because the street party was already popping for a while, right?
Yeah. So it is
Yeah.
getting on to... The sun is now quite low. It's into the golden hour. The ball
Okay.
itself will be starting in less than an hour.
How do I get
Perfect.
this playlist into my Spotify app? Bet I can't.
And butter. Do we see anything that could constitute potentially godlike?
That's
What
a
an
very
excellent
broad
question.
question.
Roll
Like, does
for the
any-
gods.
Can we
is
see the
Bruinlark as himself, or do we see a shining example of like golden justice?
Well, Morzod rolled a natural 20. So,
Yeah.
I
I would
will say-
absolutely be keeping an eye out for Brian.
Morzod, you've not seen Bruinlark. Certainly he is not just dressed as himself. You're confident of
bathrobe.
that. Having said that, there are many people in full costumes who could be anybody. So
Is there anyone dressed as Bruinlark?
no, there is not. Though
Rip.
Bruinlark himself is not very distinctive in his features.
Not terribly
it's partly
iconic, no.
how he frequently gets away with being incognito at parties.
I don't know if I feel like we touched on this at some point. Is there like a sort of main god that is sort of like hyped up here?
Not
Oh,
in,
yeah, at Heron's Perch rather
Yeah.
than Desmina.
not
Yeah.
in particular. Whereas
Not in particular, okay.
Providence is
Because I know like coastal, so I guess Gemdanen in a way, but not
Gemdanen
really.
is popular among the merchants and the traders, but also Havelnid because there are a lot of farmers around the city. Derrigandali is generally popular among dwarves, but also among sort of people who are focused on building monuments and items that last for a long time. So people who work in construction and so forth are likely to be into Derrigandali. So this is the kind of city where pretty much any god you worship is okay as long as they're not generally seen as evil.
And good. Okay.
The no
DM,
Engadons.
my passive
know of.
insight is 21.
Mm.
As we are
The sound
wandering
he
around, as we are wandering around and navigating, given that we've had several run-ins with a number of gods at this point, are there any like betrayals of body language or like mannerisms that are like does one of the bodies just like visibly slump when I approach?
Does he seem very That could be like 3 or 4 gods that I can name off the top of my head.
It's true.
But one
true.
is definitely in town.
I mean,
Also,
Biddy-
one who
Biddy
would maybe
be-
not like being in costume because it's lying
Because it's
or whatever.
lying, yeah. Viddy certainly is a pretty good god detector at this point.
He is. He's like a bloodhound.
Except like a reverse bloodhound. They note him.
Yeah, you just got to look for the wince.
Well,
Notes of Vetericus.
okay, I'll say this. If you're looking for costumes that are in some way themed to gods that you have met, which
Shining Justice.
good chance it won't be that god, but it could be if they're trying to do the double bluff. There is someone dressed as a lich, a very classic sort of skull mask
bold.
with spiky crown, except
my
they're
goodness.
a bit under 3 foot tall.
Tiny, tiny lich. I like
That's
that.
very. I love that. It's
Mhm.
tiny lich.
There is
Stylish.
one outfit that really stands out to you, and it must be an illusion rather than a physical costume, is a flayed man. Essentially a person who is skinless, just muscle, but he is wearing various respectable breeches and vest and a broad-brimmed hat. and just
Attack on
casually
Titan.
walking around with a grin on his face.
That's a look. That is a
Attack on-
look.
Attack on Titan theme.
Yuck.
Man.
He is going to catch an infection.
I don't think that's his real muscles, Dagmar.
Are you sure?
I'm
Very convincing.
like 95% sure it's magic, but hey, who knows?
Mm.
Uh,
Can you imagine if it wasn't though?
Yeah.
I
this is
mean-
just how he's chosen to die.
That'd be a real pain day to day.
I mean, we saw like amalgam, right? Like that thing was like made of a bunch of different bodies. So this isn't that strange in all
What?
things considered.
No,
I mean, the strange thing is that he's smiling and wearing a hat.
you'd stick to your chair
Hey, he's
all
at
the time.
he's at a party, isn't he? Why wouldn't he be smiling?
Yeah,
He's got no skin.
as
or
you're
you dress up because he got a hat.
having this conversation, you know that there is a performance happening. A group of people appear to be putting on a play.
Oh,
So if I say Commedia dell'arte, does that mean something to any of you?
no.
I had to study it.
Okay. It is very much in the vein of Commedia dell'arte, which is basically masked, improvised comedy. With
Punch and
characters.
Judy.
Which inspired it sort of evolved into Punch and Judy in the UK. But in
And Piero and Harlequin and...
Yeah.
I love Piero.
yeah, and in but in Italy and particularly in Venice, it was actors on a stage who had sort of archetypical characters that they played every time, but the situations were always improvised, often with audience participation. And as you see them, you realize that you recognize all of the personas they've taken on, because there's the captain, the bosun, the harlequin, the giant, the sapphire, and there's also a man wearing all black with a black mask who appears to be the stage manager and is occasionally coming on and moving things around and is getting more and more and is starting to get applause from the audience every time he walks on, and it looks like he's a little more confident than usual just because he's got a mask on.
Baby doll.
Buddy.
Baby girl.
You realise that this is the cast and crew of Captain Lovett Darling and his able seaman.
With even more costumes. I
and
love it.
Basically, they've adopted their characters to be these exaggerated parodies of themselves, in a way, with masks.
That's so
I
good.
love that. That's so fun. Oh, Vitericus, look.
Oh, how exciting.
It's your friends. Wow, even more dressed up than
is.
usual.
I will...
They're extra
I guess-
fancy.
Yeah. So I'll make a big show of doffing my hat to them, my excessively large hat. And then I guess I'll stay for a bit and work up the crowd a little.
Cool. There's already a growing crowd. And give me... just give me a performance.
Just see how excessive it is.
That is a natural 1 for a total of 13.
Whoa! You look too
Send it
plain
out
for that
now.
shit.
Penalty for that.
They
You-
shoot
Get it
you
out
up
now.
because you look plain.
You, in
You
trying
didn't do
to
the clodic billowing.
excite the audience about this performance, you accidentally become the center of attention for a moment.
Whoops.
You distract the audience.
It's the giant hat.
Until one of the performers on stage, the captain, obviously Captain Lovett Darling, shouts out, "Oi! What you doing, mate?"
Oh, just passing through.
I know you, don't I? You're a fierce enemy. You're here to sink our ship once again.
Oh, drat, you have discovered me.
And they basically pull you onto stage and get you involved in the show.
Wonderful.
Excellent.
Obviously, we'll
Briefly.
describe everything that's happening to Cass.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is
Dagmar
and then
will
I would
cheer
imagine I am
obnoxiously.
defeated and summarily kicked from the cart.
Yes. You are
yes.
roundly humiliated, but in a
Perfect.
in a way that never feels
Lovingly
cruel. Yeah, it is not cruel.
humiliated.
They
You're being
at every
heckled.
step they're making sure that you are in on the joke.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Yes.
Did we? We didn't ask Vicor what she was wearing, did we? We did not.
No, Vicore did not tell you.
Vicor, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fair though, because obviously you don't want to give it away.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, Biddy's just got to look out for that shape.
Also, the headmaster's here too, so if we catch a read on her, wouldn't mind saying hi.
Now, keeping in mind that if she's using illusion magic, then
clue.
she has the ability
Yeah.
to change her shape to some degree.
I was gonna say,
Could be
I
anything.
can't remember what people look like when they're not dressed up. I'm in the dark here.
As you leave the actors to do their thing, their crowd is growing and growing. They're definitely having a good time. You see games being played. There is there's a ring toss happening. There's some lawn skittles being played.
Oh,
Someone's gonna die.
Butty. I love Butty.
Yeah, butchies are good stuff.
There are jugglers. There are fire breathers. You see a dragonborn watching a fire breather, and yeah, after
okay.
30 seconds, this dragonborn doesn't breathe fire. Actually, lets out a stream of steam, of searing hot steam, just into the air, and it disperses away. And in the late, the golden hour of sun, it is actually beautifully lit up.
Oh,
And there are polite applause from all around.
Dagmar will join the polite applause.
yeah.
I mean, you are
She'll
dressed as
be
a
a
dragon.
little- Yeah.
Not that
Very
you'd be
much
breathing
appreciated.
fire if you're a white dragon.
No, you should be breathing frost, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Would I?
Oh yeah,
Yep.
you definitely
We
was.
literally we fought a white dragon, Dagmar.
Yeah, I
you
didn't
may
want to
recall
assume
Pavet
they were
was
all into
Frozen
ice.
solid.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was a white dragon thing or just a that dragon thing.
That's
It was
fair.
very.
That's fair.
Yeah, all right, good point. Good point. It's a white dragon thing.
Good. Well, now I know. I
Right.
will start chucking ice blocks at people for authenticity.
If there's any ice sculptures, please do not touch them.
I was gonna say, where's
Oh no, you
Dags?
should definitely make one of those ice sculptures.
She's at the punch bowl,
daggers?
throwing ice
That'd be so
cubes at
good.
people.
Maybe later.
I
Have
mean,
we
I don't
seen
see
any
any
evidence?
ice currently.
Well,
Alright.
they could be in the ballroom. I don't think they're leaving them out in the garden, surely. Or maybe they did. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't have ice sculptures downstairs.
Downstairs?
Oh yeah, and stoneholds.
Oh,
Ah.
right.
Yeah, they all real
Okay.
warm and stuff. She'd be real hard to
Yeah,
keep.
it'd just be
Yeah.
a puddle. It'd be a puddle
would.
sculpture, which is nothing at all.
Wow, I'm learning so much
Surely there are
about
wizards that
dwarven
can
culture.
shape water like that, though, right? Surely you could
Oh,
get
absolutely.
water sculptures if you really wanted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
why would we bother?
It'd be pretty
I
interesting.
mean, fair, but rich assholes like you guys love exorbitant uses of magic.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why you
absolutely.
just-
I mean,
we could just have a diamond sculpture instead of an
Aussie
ice
is
sculpture.
Yeah, all right,
Aussie is
That's a good point. That's a
gesturing.
very good point.
He's making gestures to Vitericus's outfit and Dagmar's outfit as examples of magic being used for nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't magic. This
Touche.
is just a vest with its own personality.
So having this conversation, you hear a bit of shouting, and you look around and you see that two festival goers have broken into a fist fight.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Yes.
Wait, look.
Biff!
Did they both
What do
come in
they
the
look like?
Did they
What
both
are they
come in
wearing?
the same costume? Because if they do, and they're just fist fighting to see which one has to go home.
Yeah, no. Who are we betting on? What's happening?
They are some of the more elaborate costumes that you see. They're not so much fancy dressed themed. They're not dressed up as creatures or anything like that, but they are more the classics of Venetian carnival. Very florid and fancy things. And they are punching and grabbing and pulling, and one of them actually seems to be trying to rip the mask off the other one.
Yeah,
Alright.
let's go. Oh, Cass is
I'm going
fight.
for that one.
Which one? One on the ground or which one?
The one on top.
All right.
And they are very similar outfits. They're not identical.
Oh.
Mhm.
Is there anyone? Does it look like anyone is? Is there like a guard? Like, what's the guard? What's the security
Yeah, what's the
situation?
vibe?
You have seen
What's happening?
a handful of guards of the town watch patrolling, and even as you're watching this fight, you actually hear a whistle being blown as two guards run up.
Quick, punch him in the face.
Come on.
What?
Go for the juggler.
Give
Wait.
him a chair.
One of them is distracted by the guards, and the other, hearing the punch him in the face, sees the opportunity and wham!
Ooh.
Yeah, bit of a king hit.
Oof.
Oh, not like that.
Let me do a quick
Go
roll.
for the jaw.
Oh,
We're doing rolls. We're
news.
doing rolls.
Good news, it is not enough to kill him.
oh,
Oh,
good.
good.
Jeez.
It's just a 3 bludgeoning damage, whereas a commoner generally has 4 hit points.
That's pretty
That's a-
rough. That's
someone's in
taking
hospital
you
then.
out most of the way. Yeah.
Buddy, you gotta punch softer and around the side.
So the one who's been king hit,
Jaws.
goes forward onto the ground and rolls over and is about to basically, if he's got a knife, you think he's about to pull it. And it's at that point that the guards pounce on the two of them, pull them apart, and basically say, you're nicked. They're being taken away to the dungeon for the evening to basically
Uh-oh.
sleep it off.
Think about what they've
Seems
done.
like a
Good.
probably wise decision. What do you think the
Good
drama
heavens.
was?
Well,
What
who
are you
knows? Dagmar. Perhaps, I don't know, do you think lottery? Has the lottery been drawn? What's
Not
going
yet.
on? Not yet.
Now, the lottery will be drawn in the few minutes leading up to sunset.
If we ask around, does anyone know where the fight started? I am quite curious.
Yeah.
Give me an investigation
Investigation.
roll, please.
Sure.
I'll also roll.
I'll help someone.
20,
Sort of-
flaccid.
20 flaccid!
Oh,
Oh my
wow.
god.
Hey, what a team.
Twinsies! I love
You
us.
guys are gossiping so hard right now.
You hear it was as simple as one bumped into the other and made them spill their drink.
Oh,
Oh, classic. Classic.
wow.
That's a level of rage we don't.
Oh,
That's pretty
no,
angry.
Dagmar, this is... the balls bring out the worst in people, true.
You also-
In a good
this
way.
is
You made me learn to dance for a ball where people just punch each other for bumping.
Look,
Yes.
I once spilled my drink down the back of some Talarajian noble back on gold, and it was just, I spent a night in the dungeon for that. But,
Aggressive. Aggressive.
Very.
Just avoid
Nice.
anyone in very light colours holding any dark liquids.
Besides,
I-
Dags, isn't that your
I
kind
am
of party?
light-colored.
You're not...
I mean, there's rules.
You're-
Everyone agrees to like.
Yeah, if
snack
anyone-
on.
Dagmar,
If
I can't...
anyone spills wine on you, that's permission.
Dagmar,
Cool,
your
I'll-
outfit is
we'll
made
make
of
a nice
magic.
sculpture
Your
of them.
outfit is made of magic. It's okay. You can just make it go away.
Or she could
Oh.
fight him.
I could do both.
I, however,
Good.
spent all night sewing this, so if any of you spill anything on me, you are absolutely spending the night in the dungeon. I will see to it.
What if I drink light-colored spirits?
That's fine. Just don't spill it on me.
Just have vodka all night.
You are just at right here height on me. It's very unfortunate height to be at, so please don't spill anything on me.
I agree. It is an unfortunate height to be at for most people.
Okay. What's that supposed to mean then?
I
Well,
just
she-
see a lot of midsections.
Yeah, she
and
gets to
below.
see under people's chins all the time. She don't get to see the mask straight on.
I have a
Yeah.
lovely tune, so
Still
I
a
guess
lot
if you want to hop up at any point, I could give you a boosty.
I think my costume is too spiky.
I mean, yeah, it is pretty spiky.
if we wave our hand through parts of her costume, it just goes through it,
it
right?
passes through. Any illusory part has no physical quality. It
Dagmar,
moves.
I don't know how to drill this into you.
It looks as though it's real in that it responds to your own movement, but it does not respond to anybody else's touch.
Obviously, he's just going to wave his
Cool.
hand through it. It's not real, bud.
But it's
That's-
real to me.
That's pretty interesting, though.
Oh, hey, Dagmar, put your claws through my hat.
Okay.
And the illusion just sort of, I guess, cancels out and like glitches out just a touch.
Goes
Um,
bzzzt.
We just like spark.
Does it turn into like really fun smoke?
they're
That's
just.
fun.
I think they're
Magic
just clipping.
smoke?
They just clip through.
Oh
No, they're
man,
clipping.
yeah.
clip error.
No
Bad
collision.
jaggies.
Staticky.
It's basically just 3D without a collision model.
Mhm.
Wild. We're like ye old PS3 trees.
Oh, I love it. And I like how you just said the words ye old followed by PS3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look.
I spent all night sketching out those outfits. You be careful.
I might die.
I don't know if the
Sorry, I
magic.
just realized how old Welcome to the Black Parade is, and I'm still dealing with the emotional fallout.
My mum told me the other day how long it's been since the Pasha Bolka ran aground at Newcastle, and I just like, Mum, please,
I was like, stop.
don't.
So
We see. Who else do I feel like I want to try and see? I don't know. Is there any other fun bird outfits out here?
there is
Another penguin.
one that is quite obvious to you
No,
is a
two
king
penguins.
parrot. Basically,
Yay!
somebody has made a
Big red fella.
papier-mâché king parrot head,
Mm.
which
Yeah.
they are wearing on their shoulders, and it looks like a fully practical costume. It's not an illusion.
Nice.
And their clothes are basically matching the colors of a king parrot. So you've got these sort of blue, blues, reds, and greens.
So good.
Pretty.
Oh, I love that. Fun birds, fun birds.
Yeah, I'm
Is there
appreciating
anything
the
really
amount of birds in this place.
scandalous? Has someone come
Yeah.
as a sexy nurse,
Sexy nurse. Let's go through my list.
Is there anyone in like a full mask and like pasties and
No, I want like the sexy Gandalf where it's just like robes and then a leg.
and then fishnets. Yeah. Sexy
You-
What's in
Gandalf or
has
sexy,
thigh boots all the way up and then just elf lingerie. so-
sexy no face is pretty good as
Um,
well. I enjoy
yeah.
that one.
or like
They're
Red
kind of
Sonja? Like, where's the chainmail
EPL.
bikinis?
It
Mhm.
depends
Yes,
on how
chainmail bikinis
far
would be-
you want to
that
go.
would be the perfect time for it.
What you qualify as sexy. The
Mm.
most scandalous would be someone in a blue genie outfit. It
Ooh.
doesn't
You're gonna
look
say
like
blue
the genie
jeans.
that it doesn't look like the genie that you've met unless he's deliberately changed his face. But it does actually look like a practical costume again rather than illusion. So he's got blue
man.
body
I was
paint.
going to say, actually painted blue.
Yeah, but sort of a deep V-neck vest and baggy pants. So it's
Mm.
showing
Did
a
Ezid? Did
showing a-
Ezid
Oh my
paint himself
goodness.
blue?
Yeah, can we see?
It's Genie in the Aladdin stage show, like with the blue and the big pants. I love it. Glitter.
But you also remember that one of the expectations of entrance to the ball, there is
Oh, no
a
shoot, no
base
shows, no
level of
service.
respectability in terms of your outfit.
Rare Baroni.
I mean, it can be crazy, but it must not be lewd, is the understanding.
Was
Fair
it something
enough.
specific you were looking for, Dagmar?
No, I was just intrigued.
Scanning the crowd.
Ossie will
I'm
lift up
I'm just
his,
people watching.
Ossie's going to lift up his little skirts and show how high up the boot goes.
That is racy. I like it.
All the way up.
So the sun
I'm just
is
imagining frosted butts.
the sun
Little
is now
penguin tail.
touching the mountains on the horizon. You believe it is about time to head to the palace. It occurs
how
to you
exciting.
that probably a lot of the people who have invitations won't be attending the garden party. They are only interested in the palace event, because that is where all of the upper class, where the nobles,
who's
where
who.
the real party will be taking place. So I
I
assume
mean, should
you...
we make our way over? Yes.
Yeah.
It's looking like that.
Let me just grab another one of these little cocktail frankfurts before we go, because these are ridiculously Moorish.
Is the garden party like the Coles cocktail Frankfurt?
Sure.
Very
I would
classy.
like to establish that Dagmar has not stopped eating the entire time.
Okay, Dagmar,
There's
there's
some
probably going to
With
be...
like fistfuls.
There's so much
Okay.
cheese for you to try.
So this is
So
what
much cheese.
this is what happens when a dungeon master researches authentic 18th century street food. The players then say, "Oh, ice cream and cocktail frankfurts."
ice cream and Coles.
Ice cream,
Cocktail weenies.
cocktail frankfurts, and cheese.
It's iced creams. Iced creams.
Yes.
Ice creams.
Yes. Ice
I watched Mrs. Crowcom. I know they had iced creams.
Okay, so
Right. Shall we head over?
Sounds good.
you make your way to the palace, which is number 9 on your map.
Oh, let's have a look. Number 9.
And you can see that
there it is.
the hoi polloi is gathering, but there is also everyone who has bought a lottery ticket for entry has started gathering around a stage where the only person who is clearly recognizable is the major domo, the new major domo, Crastus Vescende.
Crastus, I gotta write that down.
He is standing on a...
Crastus, that is such a bad guy name. Holy shit.
He is standing on a makeshift stage. Basically, a wooden platform has been erected that he can stand on. And he has started drawing numbers out of a barrel and reading them out aloud. And everyone is met with, every number is met with someone in the crowd, cheering and stepping forward and basically being handed the ticket and proceeding towards the palace. And you can see that the front steps leading into the palace is the entrance. There are Heron guard standing outside.
Do they look like herons?
Okay, their armor is... These ones are... you've got sort of 2 levels of Heron guard. There are the common guards and the elites. The common guards are... you've got a helmet, a cuirass, spolders which go over the shoulders, and they're armed with a saber. It's essentially a half plate outfit with sort of vaguely Japanese design motifs on them. The helmet has a stylized heron's head down the front with wings close to the side, but not so frilly or sticky outy that it might get in people's way. There are also the elite, which are more 3/4 plate. So as well as the kit of the common ones, you've also got a face plate with just little eyes to look through. You've got folds that are covering the thighs and vambraces and gauntlets over the arms. The legs themselves are still largely unprotected just for mobility. And again, there's sort of samurai-looking style to them with a heron motif.
Very nice. I like that.
And they are personally inspecting tickets to make sure that everybody who's trying to get climb the steps and enter is legit. And you are not seeing anyone get turned away. You get the impression that merely seeing a heron guard is enough for most people to say, yeah, I'm not going to piss them off.
That's fair. As we walk past, is Crastus reading by by candlelight as the sun's going down, or is he still using natural light to read his...
There is a lantern
Vitty moment incoming.
over his shoulder.
It's enclosed lantern.
What happens
I'm going to spin the ring of thaumaturgy and it will dim as he tries to read the next number.
Okay.
The poor middle class who've paid 1 gold to try and get their ticket, and you're just messing with them.
Yeah, but whose fault is it going to be?
It is going to
True.
be the fault of one of his lackeys, who he immediately berates and instructs to get a better lantern.
Rip, what a douche.
Oh, look, their lantern went out. Rookie mistake.
Right? Jeez.
You are
Major Domo.
You are met here by the Usher Royal, who
Yay!
is your +1. He's very pleased to see you. Not that he thought you wouldn't turn up, but he, admits to being somewhat anxious.
Oh.
And it's time
What's
to
he
enter.
dressed as?
Yeah, what is
he?
Gareth wearing?
What's our man wearing? Our boy.
Who's he wearing?
Oh, what?
Where is he?
Which fashion wizard did his outfit?
Indeed.
Yes, he is wearing. It's a fairly traditional Venetian carnival outfit, but quite elaborate and fancy, with a white mask and sort of flower-themed ornate filigree decorations and that sort of thing.
Sounds very tasteful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yes, he does
So
not
do
wish.
you-
He does not wish to make a splash, but does not wish to be underdressed at the same time.
So
I will
you're
compliment his mask.
so Cass, are you his +1? Are you? Is that he's your +1? What's the deal? Do we have to? What are we doing?
And Cass sort of turns his head in the direction of the usher and says, "My friend, does it matter to you?" And the usher says, "No, my pride is not what it used to be. Does it matter to you?" And Cass says,
Embarrass.
"Not particularly." Shall I
Bloody
present you?
Two
And-
switches.
And the usher says, "Whatever pleases you." And Cass says, "Very well. Is it up this way?" He points up the steps. Usher says, "Yes." And Cass says, "Very well." And he offers his arm and says, "Please walk me up there." And so the usher takes his arm and guides him up the steps, one step at a time.
Actually, yeah. Have we informed the usher that this fella's?
He's figured it out.
I'm sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Sure.
Orsi will yank Vatericus's arm.
Yep.
Dagmar is going to observe to more sort that
Yeah.
someone seems to have cut in on Orsi's date.
I'm writing very angry notes right now.
So the guards peruse their invitations and let them through.
just trying to get a mental image of, like, you know, because you got two relatively similar pairs, you know, with the gentlemanly elbow and whatnot going on. We'd be like, at best, dad and
Holding
daughter
hands.
kind of, yeah.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
Don't speak to me or my dwarf ever again.
They're my favorite. Whenever Dagmar and Morza do anything together,
Mhm.
it's my favorite. Yeah. Lift
I
you
mean,
up.
he could put his elbow up and she could sit on it.
That's
I mean,
fun.
that'd
I'm
be
sure
pretty.
there's a courtly way to
possibilities.
present someone who's like,
A little bit shorter, yeah.
What are those memes? How to talk to somebody who's short?
Yeah, you just lean down.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
the best.
Mozart can just take an extra wide stance.
Okay. So I assume the rest of you enter, present your invitations.
Yes.
Yep. You're guided up the palace steps, which you've been up before because you've been here before. But in this fading light with lit only by lanterns, it's all taken on a very different tone. It suddenly feels very important and very formal. There's this transformation of the space around you.
You can definitely hear show tunes in the distance.
And you step into the antechamber of the palace, which has stairs going up and doors going off in different directions. And you see that there are more Heron Guard in here. And they are... there is an usher, not the usher that you've been greeted with. You assume that he's actually a guard who's been... who is essentially there to give instructions, and he tells you that this is the point where you surrender your any weapons or any powerful magic items or any transdimensional containers such as bags of holding, and present it, and you will be given a ticket, and you will be able to reclaim them at the end of the event. Or at any time, should you choose to leave.
Didn't bring it.
So I will check. Are any of you surrendering anything?
Dungeon Master.
Yeah?
I have that little fun dodecahedron that you gave me. I think I'm still hanging on to it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They... looking around, you don't see any evidence of them, scanning people for magic items, simply because a lot of
detect magic bars.
Because a lot of these guests are illusioned anyway. So detect magic is just going to, basically blind you.
Set them off.
Yeah, geez.
And they make it very clear that if you are seen using any magic items or casting any spells within the palace during this event, you will, if you're lucky, be immediately evicted. But the Heron Guard are 100% dedicated to the safety and protection of the princess, above and beyond all things. And if they think there is even the slightest threat to her, then they are prepared to respond with deadly force.
Okay, well, I'm sure it just looks like a pretty dodecahedron,
Yeah,
so he's gonna
it's just a
hang
little
on to
bauble.
it. It's a little bauble.
Dice goblin, dice goblin.
What
Yeah.
about the rest of you? Because I know some
Magic
of you are
everywhere.
wearing, magic items. Like, I mean, obviously the glamour armor, that's part of your illusion, so it doesn't matter. Are you going to hold
have a
on
look.
to? Well, I mean, go through the items that you're attuned to, for example.
Yeah, everything Aussie has attuned is like braces, a headband, and the black mask of Hormac, which all seem very appropriate for a ball.
Sure.
So
I mean,
he's good.
All Mozart's got is his amulet and a nice cup.
Dagmar's
Also
just
seem
bringing in her
appropriate.
daggers are allowed, aren't they?
Daggers are allowed. Daggers
Yeah,
and
she's got hush and a normal dagger.
daggers and short swords are allowed.
Or if you need anything out of the bag of holding, take it out now because you've got to put it in.
I didn't bring it.
Are they going to get
Bring
upset
it?
if I bring a lyre as part of my
What do you
lyre
mean?
bird outfit?
What do you mean you didn't bring the
They
bag of holding?
will
Where is it?
allow the lyre.
I left it at the hotel.
It's a musical instrument as
God.
far as they're concerned.
Wonderful. So I will keep that slung over my back. Other than that, I'm just wearing a rather fancy ring that occasionally rumbles or whispers or whatever, and a belt which is cleverly concealed by my costume at this stage.
Oh, I forgot about the belt. God damn it, I would have added it
No,
into the
I
outfit.
have deliberately omitted it. I think I want it tucked away just for now.
Can you perhaps like undo one button and so they can just see the very
So they can recognize.
so they can
When I need
recognize
to
it.
talk to someone, absolutely, I will just quietly go.
So Dungeon Master, just in case anything nefarious happens at the hotel, a bag of holding is at the hotel apparently.
Okay,
Yeah.
good to know.
As is my flame tongue
I
rapier
don't wanna-
and my whip.
Do you want to bring
That's fine. No,
Helga
that's
to the
fine.
party? What if someone took her?
Weirdly, also left the goblin grenade there. I don't think I brought the goblin grenade to the ball.
Yeah, there was probably.
Inspect your trousers. How many lumps?
I
are
do
there?
need you to maybe think about getting rid of that goblin grenade, Vitericus.
Yeah, we need to throw it at something.
In
He's pretty
spectacular
attached
fashion.
to it by now.
Yeah, I
like
think-
I'm sort of attached
I'm-
to it. I don't.
Bewildered that it hasn't gone off. Truly.
I'm not often set on fire. I'm often subjected to acid or plague
Death.
or frozen
Yes.
or.
Hey,
And I assume the
stupid
guards are
bad
just
things.
overhearing this
Yeah,
entire
well,
conversation.
or
right?
like
Yeah.
The
Half
Heron-
Terrence,
By
you're simply
bugs.
ticking
Partially
one off the list.
eaten.
There's only what's left: lightning and fire. So enjoy that.
Like, you're lightning.
Can you
So, I mean,
imagine
unless
if
you
Yeah, but
the
he
entire
always-
campaign ends
He always
because it explodes?
intentionally misses you.
I haven't. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
The Heron
There's a lot.
Guards
There's a lot.
are being very stoic as usual, but you think you see one of them, just turn his head and give another one a glance, and there is a shrug in response.
Are any of them doing the Roman soldier try not to laugh thing?
There might be a bit of that.
Does one of them look like Matthew Mercer?
Mm.
Probably, yeah.
Yay!
Though
we get
it
the we
can
get
be
the
a bit
NPC.
hard to tell under, especially
All
the
that
elites,
armor.
because they have full,
The
sort
full
of samurai
face
style
plate.
faceplates.
Yeah. Are any of them tall and skinny enough to be Doug Jones?
But
Right.
you have passed through the checkpoint. You are shown down one corridor and to the right, and you are shown into the ballroom, which is a map that I will bring up. It's not a very pretty map. It's basically just here is the layout of this part of the palace.
I'm blind. I don't have a token with any vision.
Never do
oh
I.
yes, it's one of those things I forgot to set up again. Happily, this only takes a moment. Token vision is off. Fog exploration is off. Unrestricted vision range is on. There you go.
Hey.
Hey, there it is.
Oh, yay!
And I
Zoom
will,
out a bit.
Loving the lounge.
I'll drop you in.
Oh,
So
we
you've-
love a smoking lounge.
Mhm.
Here I am.
You've come in from there. The foyer that you've come from is off in this direction. There's just sort of you think probably a sitting room or a parlor there. the ballroom itself is essentially a large, open, empty space, though there are chairs along the wall for people to sit when they're not, if they need a rest or if they're not dancing and so forth. And the place is already bustling with other guests, and there are more flowing in by the minute. So, let's see how this plays out, because I'm just going to drop a bunch of tokens of various masks that you see.
Oh boy!
Wait.
I want it to drop top to bottom in a line, I think.
Pew! Stretch
wow.
check.
Why do they all look the same? That's unhelpful.
Summon mask.
Conga line.
This I was not expecting. So
That's right. It's a learning experience.
let's. I actually need to take a short break so I can go through and properly reconfigure these tokens. So let's take a break, and we'll be back in just a moment from your perspective. Thanks for watching. And we are back, and I have sorted out my tokens, which, I don't know, could be a euphemism for something. So, the Masquerade Ball is underway. We're at the initial stages where the guests are spilling in, the music is playing. There is a small, essentially a string quartet playing chamber music. It is literally chamber music because it is music composed to be played in a chamber such as this. This is the origin.
Freaking canon, right?
Yeah, that's the kind of thing that
those poor buggers.
Yeah, especially the cello, just the same 4 bars over and over and over again.
Yeah, the poor cellists. They must look so sad, but they're masked, so it's okay.
I had a friend in high school who was a cellist, and she played at weddings, and it was always
and hated Pachelbel's canon. Yep.
So, you see, there are many guests. These tokens only represent some that catch your eye. There is, perhaps the most comical, there is someone wearing what looks like a cheap pantomime bear costume. There is someone styled as a black rose. There is a lovely sort of blue themed carnival setup. There is a devil. Looks like a practical costume. You don't think it is a devil, or at least any devil you know, unless they've magicked themselves into someone wearing a devil costume, which is very clever now that I think about it.
I mean, they could.
So no big horns full of eyes.
I was going to say the eyeballs, but I mean, would she forego having the titty? Because I feel like
That's true.
A pair who seem to be walking around together in these fancy filigree outfits. By the way, this artwork, most of it is stock photos that I found. Some of it is done by myself or April, and I'll point those out as they happen. There's the Flayed Man. This is something I whipped together in 2 minutes this afternoon.
Love him.
There's
Very scary.
someone wearing an anthropomorphic fox outfit in a costume that loosely resembles what we would interpret as Robin Hood. So I just went straight to the source for that. There is the genie, who is slightly less convincing than the token suggests, but it's obviously a guy just wearing blue paint. There are some lovely gold styled masks. There is a very gothic, dark, pointy mask which hides the eyes and everything. Looks like somebody's going through a dark phase. There is a gorgeous sort of elaborate golden piece with hawk themed, with these feathers coming out like wings. There is a honey eater themed piece with colors inspired by an eastern spinebill, and it looks like they're actually illusioned honey eaters, specifically eastern spinebills, because I've got lots of photos of them, flying around flowers that are inside the feathers in the headpiece. There is a kobold with a black mask covering part of his face. It does very little to conceal his identity from anyone who would know him. There is a rather nice leafy themed piece, very green with vines and so forth through it. There is a completely reflective outfit, just a mirrored, a fully mirrored costume. Even the strands of hair are mirrored. That's some of my art. I'll put that up on the stream very briefly.
Very beautiful. Well done.
Mm-hmm.
There is someone in a moth outfit,
Terminator
and they
vibe,
are
yo.
small. They are sort of halfling or gnome sized, and they look like a very furry moth. There is someone in an outfit that seems to resemble the night sky. There is around their head there is the bright moon and the dark moon, and you can see almost like the galaxy in their outfit. This is some of April's work, which I'll put on the stream if I can remember where I left it.
Dude.
There it is. And along with that, there is someone in a snowy owl outfit, which appears to be, parts of it at least appear to be magicked, unless it's an Aarakocra who actually has claws for feet. That is another piece that April very kindly painted for me. There is someone dressed up like a pinkish orchid, almost in the style of a phasmid, like an orchid praying mantis. That's another piece of my art. And there is someone, there is the papier-mâché king parrot head, and I've just dropped in a photo of a king parrot for that. There is...
I am just imagining a man-sized king parrot, and it's pretty glorious.
Yeah.
I have to draw what's in my head because it's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
There is a gelatinous cube sliding about with a silver platter on which are 5 humanoid heads that appear to be severed heads, but it's not very bloody or messy. It looks more like they're for comical effect rather than to horrify.
Love it.
That's my magnificent drawing.
And
There
one of them's moving. Is that sort of?
All 5 are moving. It's a 5-for-1 deal.
You might have to walk up and try and have a chat with them to see whether one of them responds.
Right.
There is a starry-faced mask. There is a stone, what appears to be just a stone golem, but they're only about 4 to 5 feet tall, with dwarf proportions, possibly a dwarf. There is someone wearing a full outfit that is thorny, like vines all over
They
it.
are Groot.
And there are some nice, there's a white one, which is Bareth, the usher. And there's also a red one. And that is a sampling of the display in this large, opulent ballroom, which would normally have sunlight streaming in through the windows down the side. But the sun has now set, so instead it is lit by multiple chandeliers, as well as magical lights that are glowing in the corners of the room to further brighten things up. There are Heron guards standing at every door and at all of the windows, which are also basic glass doors that can be opened out. You get the impression that they are all locked and closed while the Heron guards stand around them. There is a stage, another one that looks like it's not normally part of the room but has been erected, which you assume will serve some purpose at some point during the evening. So, this is where you find yourselves. What do you do?
What's There's so many people. There's so many things I want to go look at and touch.
I think I'm going to go dance for a while.
Yeah,
Okay.
where's
Formal
Barris and the trader?
Yep, the formal dancing has not begun yet. It is currently the mingling phase.
Oh.
It's interesting.
Hey, Dags, you see that? It's like a cube. With heads on it. I want to go. Do you want to go look?
Let's go look. Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. We go over there and attempt to introduce ourselves to the cube.
Cool.
Yeah, we're going to chat to it and hopefully poke it.
What do you say?
Is one of you guys in charge?
One of
Do
the
you
heads.
speak non-cube?
One of the heads, it appears to be a severed orc head, says, "Hello.
That's fantastic.
I am not translating. Please wait." There's a short pause.
What?
Oh,
And
What's happening here?
Then it says again, "Hello, I am a monster here to eat you. Ha, 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 ha."
I think I know, yeah.
Yeah, you recognize the voice.
Have we met this have we?
That's fantastic.
Nod.
That's really great.
And
It's not.
Morzod, as you peer into the gelatinous cube, you can see that it is an illusion that is meant to hide through it. You can just see very cloudy the silhouette of Nod's wheelchair. And the head that is
that's such a good idea.
The head that is moving is a copy of his own. It's not his head because he can't actually move his mouth. It looks like the raven has been dressed up as his head to speak.
So cute.
Oh. Well, I think that's my favourite. What do you think, Dags?
I think this is the coolest and scariest thing I've ever seen.
It's pretty weird.
And Nod says, "I am delighted. Thank you. You are dragon?
Yes.
And you are other dragon?"
Sort of, I guess, eh? He's sort of a little dragon.
Yeah, but big.
But big.
Because it's you.
Because it's me. That's kind of funny, actually. I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, I'm a little
You're
big dragon and you're a big little dragon.
and I'm a big little dragon. That's kind of, complete accident. Or maybe Ozzy planned it.
I think I recognize your voices.
You've probably heard them a lot lately.
It is a pleasure to see you here.
Likewise, friend. Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah.
Now, Orsi, would you like to go stir up some shit, or are you on Cass hunting duty?
Absolutely not. I was going to loudly ask you to dance with me in front of him.
All right. Well, let's save that for the formal part of the evening.
Absolutely.
Now, help me find the flower turd.
Oh, 100%. Do we see her?
Yes, they are here. I don't actually have a token for them, but yes, they are here.
Wonderful.
Flour and fertilizer combined in one.
Yes. Are they milling with other people, or are they sort of standing off on their own?
Yes, I will do a quick roll to see who they're talking to.
Of course, everybody's being far too polite.
Okay, so who is that number on my Excel spreadsheet?
Oh, I cannot wait to be passive aggressive.
Speaking to the honey eater, with the honey eater mask with the honey eaters flying around the head.
Wonderful. I am going to borrow for this conversation Uncle Niren's voice.
Interesting.
Feel a little weird about it, but go ahead.
Wonderful. Just as a heads up. So it's not actually my voice. I am, and I suspect I will change voices from conversation to conversation. So heads up. But for this conversation, I will sort of wander in and go, pleasure to make your acquaintances, or not, as the case may be. Ha ha ha.
And Flower Turd, who I guess I'm calling her from now on, says, oh, and you as well? And the Honey Eater says, hello, welcome.
Horsey will just do a bow. He's not going to say anything.
I love the cut of this dress, the masterwork that's gone into all of these individual flowers. It's exquisite. You must tell me, who has dressed you this evening?
And she says, oh, that would be telling, wouldn't it? But if you see me after the unmasking at the end, I'm happy to promote their business. But for now, let's keep it anonymous.
Wonderful, wonderful. I'll lean into Orsi, and loudly enough for them to hear, but, you know, sort of voce, I guess. Go, I wonder how they'd handle a more modern style.
Bitchy.
It is very hard to tell whether you've had any impact on the fully masked person, but they have stopped moving for a moment.
Body language.
And the Honey Eater mask just cocks their heads sideways as if they've recognized the dig.
Seems fair.
Hell yeah.
And after a moment, the Flower Turd woman says, well, if you'll excuse me. And she turns and finds someone else to speak to. So the two of you are now with the Honey Eater mask.
Wonderful. I guess we'll make some polite conversation with them for a bit. Do we get any interesting sort of tidbits about who they are?
It's a woman's voice. Just
Hang on, I'm taking notes.
double check my notes. Yep. Woman's
Honey
voice.
Eater.
And she says, my, what a wonderful event. What a beautiful space they've set aside for us here, isn't it?
Oh, truly. How lovely to open up the palace to everyone.
Tell me, are the two of you residents, or have you come here for the party?
Oh,
Well,
sort of. Yes.
Oh, no,
Travel.
Would be
please.
telling, would it not?
Don't spoil too much about
Yes.
who you are, but I'm just trying to make conversation, you understand?
I see. Well, how about you? Are you a local? Are you here for the ball?
Oh, I recently came, yes. I am local, but I've only been in town for a short time.
Traveling as
I
well.
see.
How wonderful.
Yes.
Did you arrive by ship, or did you, or have you managed to secure a spot on that fancy new
The teleportation circle
teleportation thing? Yes,
Absolutely
teleportation
fascinating.
oblong.
Oh,
Oh, whatever it is.
I understand the teleportation circle is very pricey, is it not?
I had heard that. Yes.
Is that how you came here?
Well, that would be telling now, wouldn't it?
Oh, of
I
course.
suppose so.
Of course. Tell me, do you think the princess is here?
Well, I mean, she's the one who called for the ball. Were you there that evening at the theatre?
I was watching, yes. There's
Oh
quite
my
a stir she
goodness.
caused.
Oh, truly, the look on her majordomo's face when she announced it.
Oh, yes, he seemed quite shocked, did he not?
Ah, who wouldn't be?
What a delight. Well,
Indeed. I wonder, what's your take on her criticisms of the stage plays as they are produced?
The stage plays, the governor, there's simply so much gossip
Right.
just flying
There is
around.
scandal aplenty here in Heron's Perch.
well, as I said, I'm relatively new here. It might not be for me to say. I don't know who might be listening, after all. What are your thoughts?
Well, I must confess, I don't think I am of sufficient station to have a particularly strong opinion in Talarajian society, but
And she says, oh, please, there are no stations in this room, not tonight.
too true. Well, in that case then, I wonder if perhaps she might be onto something.
Oh, yes.
I mean, at the very least with the Clays. She's a princess known to wander, so I've heard.
Yes. Yes, I hear she moves from one of the regional palaces to another.
So it's quite interesting. I wonder if she intends to sort of set up shop here, so to speak.
Or whether she's just here temporarily.
Is she just cutting her chops on these sort of politics? Well, with all that drama happening in Providence.
Well, she certainly seems to have made a splash, if that was her intention.
Oh, indeed, she has the gentry all aflutter, doesn't she?
While this conversation is going on, Morzord and Dagmar, the pantomime bear walks up to you.
Who's the bear?
And says in a very familiar voice, "Dudes."
Oh no! You're kidding!
Yes!
God damn it!
He is here!
Says, should have known you'd be here, dudes. Having fun?
We were looking for you.
Oh, right. Yeah, I got my invite. They did the traditional thing, just throw it in the river, and they just keep finding their way into my pocket,
That's a really good trick.
Yeah. Sometimes it's good to be a god.
Yeah. I mean, I can see the perks.
Yeah. I can.
How have you been, buddy? We haven't seen you in a while.
Oh yeah, it's been complicated. Like, I sort of moved back to Gald. Like, yeah, just got a bit weird over here for me. I'll be heading back there after the party, but I couldn't turn down, an invitation like this. It'd be rude,
I mean, if you can travel that quickly, why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Yeah. Another perk of being a god.
Again, it seems to be quite a list.
Morsey, how are you going?
Oh, Morzord, you're on mute, I think.
Morzord is nowhere.
Oh my god!
He's discorporated. The first time ever.
Oh, no.
He's incognito, isn't he? He's got to.
Something's truly wrong with the fabric of the universe if we can't hear the voice of
He's got
Morzord.
to keep
I
a
was
lid on it.
confused by this Dags and Ryan solo convo.
Yeah, well, no, Morzord's being polite. He's not interrupting. He certainly, I did make loud Morzordy, hey, that's fantastic noises. But yeah, I think things have been all right. We've made it all the way up here, and we had a fun time with some moving hills and all kinds of stuff. Hey.
We met like a whole genie. That was cool.
Yeah. Oh, we've got to meet up with him again as well. Yeah.
He gave us wishes.
Yeah.
Dude, I think I know that guy.
Yeah, he's cool. That's how I got this dragon suit.
Conran, your voice is also coming in through April's microphone.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Shut the door.
The door got too open. There it is.
And he says, so dude, how's the how's the champion thing going? Is it fitting you?
Look, it's working pretty well. It's working pretty well. Tell you what though, it's a bit of a shove, eh?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's look, I think it does sort of suit me. He was right.
So what's the champion thing?
Well, we had a chat and we thought maybe like if I was more what's the word for it? Proactive.
Proactive, that's the one.
That's the one, yeah. So like instead of waiting for people to come and say, how do you have a good time? Or maybe I should go out and sort of share it and sort of be more proactive and like change about how I do things as well instead of just standing back to be give it a push.
Yeah, like I had a chat with him.
Smashy lately.
Hey, try it out.
I kind of felt like he'd been, like I was holding him back in a way. Like, he was, all of the powers I was giving him were all about, helping people once they'd been hurt. And I thought, maybe he's more about stopping people from being hurt by, going in and beating up the bad guys. So
Oh, he's totally been doing that. I got kidnapped and he came in and rescued me. It was really cool.
Yeah, we turned that guy into a crab.
That was so funny.
Dude,
And then his weird devil girlfriend tried to ask me out. It was really full on.
Crazy, yeah.
Devil girlfriend?
Yeah, he had this devil in his head. And she keeps harassing me.
The bear, pantomime bear head sort of looks around a bit nervously. And this is, as you have his voice through all of this is muffled under the mask.
Yeah. Do you reckon she's here, Dags?
I hope not. Because, it's getting really awkward. I keep telling her, no, I don't want to murder people, and she gets, mad at me.
Dude, she wants you to murder people?
Yeah, she was like, oh, hey, here's a sleeping dude. Do you want to stab him up? And I was like, no, I want to stab him up in a fair fight.
Oh, that's messed up. That's not cool, man.
Yeah, I tried to explain to her there is an ethical line, and I don't cross it.
I guess devils is like that though. Aren't they supposed to be?
I think so. I think it is her job, but
Oh, good for you. Well, look, I have it on good authority. There's a princess in this room somewhere. So I want to go and introduce myself if I can find her.
You should get her to join your team.
Mozart offers a fist bump. Good luck.
The bear paw awkwardly returns it.
Yeah. All right.
Alrighty.
So,
was there anyone you wanted to chat to?
Yeah, Orsi and Vatericus. The honey eater has politely moved on.
If those guys are watching us from across the room, we've introduced ourselves to a cube and a bear.
Yeah.
Was there anyone you wanted to catch? Otherwise, there's one more I maybe want to catch before we start.
Well, I mean, as a cold weather bird myself, the snowy owl is quite spectacular.
Who's the other furry though?
Are we just talking to all the furries? Is that what we're doing? God damn it.
We have a type.
I mean, look, that outfit looks like what? Half practical? Perhaps half magic? I honestly can't tell. I'm fascinated
which one,
by
the fox
cave.
or the owl?
No, the owl.
Oh, the owl. Sorry. Morzod sort of floated in on the wind and everything just went sideways for me.
I know.
Yes.
I was scared there for a second.
Let's figure it out.
I couldn't hear Morzod in the back of my brain.
He was gone for a moment. It was really disconcerting.
I was worried.
It was just like a reassuring presence that I didn't know was there was just gone suddenly. It
feels off balance.
I know. I felt
in the universe.
I felt sick. I felt sick.
You see the snowy owl outfit. They're currently speaking to the barely masked kobold, who
buddy
seems to be sort of trying to rather elaborately trying to explain something, and the snowy owl is, from the body language, you get the impression that they're hoping someone might come and interrupt them soon.
Well, let's go rescue the owl.
Derek, watch this. Glow, come here. Orsi's gonna grab her and run his hands down her body and make her into a snowy owl colors. Not a snowy owl, just like a burrowing owl that's white with some black on it.
Palette swap.
Cool. That's exciting.
Look, now she matches. Now it's a conversation piece.
Glow does the whole shuffle and fluff, and this will do.
Perfect. Suit you, darling.
Are we all back together, or are we still in two splits?
I think we're still split. This is maybe what we're doing during the Brian convo.
Yeah.
You can rejoin if you want to, though.
I mean, if Brian's gone off to find the princess, we could probably wander in the Aussie and Viddy direction.
That's true.
Because they're the only ones we recognise, so...
I think they will, politely go up and, excuse me, not to interrupt, to the snow owl.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit. Just briefly, though, do we recognise the kobold? It's not one of the tail guys, is it?
No, it is not.
Okay, all right. Just had to ask.
Very wide-eyed, with dark red scales. And the only attempt at a costume, it seems, is just a piece of leather with eye holes cut into it over there.
Now we get the vibe this is actually a kobold, not an extremely elaborate magical costume.
I was
It
gonna
could
say.
be.
I was gonna say. Plot
Okay.
twist.
Here's the thing: none of you cast detect magic before going in here,
Nah.
so you've no
No
way of
clue.
telling which of these are actually illusion. Because some of the,
Yeah.
the pantomime bear outfit could be an illusion. It could just be
Like
a
you
pantomime
said,
bear
detect
outfit.
magic probably would have blinded Orsi at this point, so
Yeah, and Mozo does detect magic by smell. That wouldn't be good.
Searing headache.
so yeah, Orsi is going to very politely interrupt their conversation with Vatericus in tow and whatever these two are doing.
Okay.
Oh, wait, we're just gonna,
Dags and Morsey, I'm guessing, are going to loudly and less politely. Hi.
just gonna
Oh my goodness.
loiter and in that direction.
So the kobold immediately looks up at the four of you and says, "Hello, welcome. I am Snolg. Oh, I'm not supposed to tell you that.
Oh,
Hang on.
buddy.
Look, I'd never been to one of these before, so I don't really understand the rules. But look, I am Snolg. I local. I run Alchemist. I make potions.
She's the alchemist.
So
Cool. Make us feel bad.
if you want
Make it go.
potions, come to my shop. You see, I am working on, and he starts going into this long spiel about the new potion that he is devising, which is basically a mixture of a healing potion and a mana potion.
Oh,
Ooh, fun.
fascinating.
He says,
We might have to stop by.
Yes, I've been working
Yes.
with the academy to make them. But
Brilliant.
yeah, it's not perfected yet, but it will be good. So if any of you use magic, it will be very good for you.
Ah, well, Sir Alchemist, we most certainly have to make a point to come and visit you.
That's pretty
Thank you, Snolg. Perhaps this would be a good opportunity, though, instead of talking business, to practice your masquerade skills a little more.
This is
I love your mask, by the way.
It is a lovely outfit. I do love it terribly.
Also looks down at Dags and he's like, yeah, I've just realised if we're not supposed to give our names, we've got to have other names, don't we?
Oh, should I call you Gary?
Oh
Look,
my
I
God.
don't know. And just muttering in the background.
and so Vatericus, the kobold, is very interested in whatever you have to offer. So you and the kobold sort of peel off for a moment, and then the snowy owl walks up to Orsi and says,
Pretty outfit.
God,
says,
is it Dad?
in a very familiar
I don't know.
voice,
Oh, shit. Ah, fuck.
Of course, Ozzy's dad is dressed like David Bowie in The Labyrinth.
I walked into that one, didn't I?
yeah, and he says, well, so this is where you've been.
Oh dear.
Talking to your dad dressed as a penguin.
He freezes completely and slowly lowers glow behind his back.
Literally
I
and
don't
figuratively.
I don't know. I've never met you before in my life, sir.
Do you voice break and everything?
Yeah, he's getting a little emotional, yeah.
Oscar Lichtenbrand says,
Shit.
oh, please, Orsi, I know your voice.
Hi, Dad.
How are you?
Good.
You're well?
Yep.
Good.
Cool.
Your mother
Oh my
misses you?
God.
Oh, sorry about leaving without
Yeah.
telling you and getting Cass to do it for me. And then he left as well.
Yes, I assume the other penguin is your friend?
Yeah. Yeah, you got it.
Of course. So, it's getting very awkward between the two of you.
It's not great.
In the background, Mozart. I mean, I suppose you could call me Barry. Do we remember what the dragon was called?
Oh, God, no, I don't. Did he introduce himself to us?
I feel like he did. Maybe
Just
we should
out
ask.
there.
Maybe we
What's
should
his
a
ask.
dragony name?
Maybe we should ask Orsi. He might remember.
I bet Orsi knows. Orsi!
Orsi.
Yes.
I mean, sorry,
I mean,
penguin.
Penguin.
What
I think
was
you
the
can
dragon's
feel-
name?
I think you can feel like just the death stare boring through.
Remember how we killed that dragon? What was its name?
He's just waving them
This
off.
one.
Shut up! Shut up! Go away!
No, it's cool. Just this guy. I know he introduced himself to us before we fully nerfed him, but
your father says, "Did you kill a dragon?"
No, it wasn't me.
it
Morzor
was a
did it.
white one.
I mean, that was me with the chair. That was it. But I mean, yous all helped.
Actually, I hid in a hallway, but
The snowy
pretty
owl
cool.
looks at you, Morzod, and says, "Oh, that's quite an achievement then. Well done."
But look, he was trying to eat me bard. I had to do something.
everything tries to eat the bird.
It's true, everything
Morzord
tries to eat
is
the bard.
not Morzord. Horsey is just death staring Morzord right now.
I'm assuming Morzod has not noticed.
Well,
No,
Also wearing a mask.
how would you notice?
no,
You
no.
can still see his eyes. I feel like you
Yeah.
can feel the glare.
I was gonna say he'd probably be able to feel it. He'd feel like someone's just stepped on his grave.
Boring a hole through his head.
I bet it had lots of Z's and X's. That's a dragon sort of name.
Yep.
Hey, I just rightly don't remember.
Well,
Maybe you
we,
can call me
Stories of what his
Drags.
name was.
we can just call you Drags. We are just so. Let's go find our other friend. How about we do that? Why don't we go speak to that lovely little kobold, huh? How about we do that?
And so you
Dagmar is
see,
going
if you
to
go off,
extend her little hand to the owl and say, "Hi, I'm Drags.
No, Dag, don't.
This is Barry."
You don't have to. Just ignore them.
Big stupid wave.
Your father says, "Hello. Welcome. Are you enjoying the ball?"
It's
I think
fantastic.
so.
All these costumes are great. Yours is really nice as well.
Yours is very fancy.
Ossie's-
I like it.
Ossie's like standing behind his dad with his hands like this towards Dagmar and Morzord.
What? You said we were supposed to mingle with people at this ball. I mean, are we supposed to ask him to dance? Because I'm still not brave enough to dance.
I don't know about dancing, but look at the feet, look at the shoes on that. That's so fantastic. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Oh, it's good.
At this point, another individual walks up. It is the Flayed Man with a
Nice.
broad hat.
I love that guy. No, he's great.
He
Yeah.
actually sort of swaggers in with great confidence.
Oh,
Stunning.
And,
So-
no, we saw that. We saw him outside.
I
Yep.
don't.
Oh, yes, look. Wow, someone distracting. Hello.
He says,
I don't find that pretty.
"Hello,
I like
one and
the owl
all. Magnificent party, is it not?"
Oh, simply lovely.
Oh, it's fantastic. I've never been to a party like this before, but wow.
I commend
It's
you
a lot
all on
quieter
your
than what it
I
used
commend
to.
you all on your outfits. Very much the pinnacle of modern standard.
It's
Thank
interesting
you.
stuff. There's a real variety of costumes. I think it's fantastic.
And yours is particularly stunning. Orsie's like slowly making his way towards Vitericus to try and
As
grab
you're
him.
having this conversation, the snowy owl drifts away, seeing an opportunity to leave the conversation. Vitericus, you're talking to Snolg, the...
yes. So Snolg, the trick is to not start with your name. So why don't you and I go and talk to that fellow with the eagle erupting from his head, and give it a go.
Okay. So you'll walk over to the sort of hawk-themed mask.
Yes. Watch me, and we'll see if we can pick up any tips and tricks. And so as we arrive, I'll go, "Good evening, sir. You remind me a lot of a friend of mine, Nicholas the Caged. He and I once upset a wizard, and the wizard turned his hair into a bird. It was a bit weird, but that's fine. Anyway, this is my introductory anecdote. You see, I haven't revealed anything except maybe that I know a friend. We don't know who we are. For this, by the way, I am borrowing 11 Violet Knights' voice."
Okay. The hawk individual says, "I do not entirely understand what you're talking about, but It's a pleasure to meet you. I love your outfit. And you, little friend, may I ask, are you wearing a costume? And Snog says, yes, and points to the mask. And
Bless.
the hawk,
I love him so much.
And a most excellent costume it is.
Dressed up
Hawkman
as a
says,
kobold in a mask.
I see. So, I am led to believe that the princess is among us. You have any theories about who she might be? And
I had heard that.
Snog immediately says, it's me!
She's not me.
And then looks
Bless.
at you, Vitericus, big grin, wide eyes, looking for approval.
I love him.
I want to take him.
Misdirection
He's
is
ours
all a
now.
tactic. We like a bit of misdirect.
We're taking him on all our adventures.
And the Hawkman says, yep, I'm ready to believe that. What a delight and honor it is to meet you, your most royal highness. And he immediately gets on his knees before the kobold.
Oh, everyone's playing.
Bit of a performer, I love it.
Kobold now looks very confused.
Bless.
Perhaps we should rise. We don't want to draw too much attention to Her Royal Highness.
As you say
But
that,
it's not until the appropriate time.
the fully mirrored figure walks up and says, what a peculiar sight. It seems to be a woman's voice. And she
Right,
says,
Morzod admires the outfit, really trying not to look at that chrome underboob, though.
Wonderful. Can I play a hunch and in Undercommon say, will wonders never cease?
let me quickly check whether this individual understands that.
Now,
This is the mirrored woman, yes?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, the mirrored woman's voice. Sorry, my notes so far have been Pantomime Bear, Brian, Snog, and Snowy Owl was dad.
All the important stuff.
In Undercommon, the woman in the mirrored outfit responds, darling, I should have known you were here.
Oh, God.
Oh, shit, it's worse.
How is that child of yours doing?
This is just one after another. Holy shit.
Hang on, this
Still
one
in-
says this.
Good. So I have played a hunch and lost. I will reply in
sort of
Undercommon
won.
still reasonably cheerily. Do you know, I couldn't possibly tell you. It has been so long since I have seen her.
She says, if she is anything other than well, I will take it out of your hide, you understand.
This just is a cavalcade of awkwardness.
You see, I get that, I do. But near as I can tell, there's only one real predominant threat to her safety. And they're here, so that's fine.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
god. Stop antagonizing them!
Get
Christ
destroyed.
almighty.
Please do not antagonize.
There is just a moment when through the perfectly mirrored surface of the face, you can see the skull-like tattoos of Engadon under the surface.
I was kidding about Engadon being
There's
here.
a flash of anger crosses her, and the illusion returns milliseconds later. And she says,
My god.
she says, well, she looks around at the room and going to do a quick roll.
God, she could cause so much havoc. Oh my god.
She
I mean, Brian's here too, so.
points.
Yeah.
She
I think
points.
Brian knows she's here.
No.
She points at Morzod and says, I do not know who that is, though I have my theories, but I could kill them with a word, and I will, unless you tell me where Dasha is.
I don't even have my death proof up.
Oh, but what would your brother
Mozzarella
think of
whippets.
that?
It's alright, I've got a diamond.
Do you...
He's our cleric.
I can't self-res.
She says, do you think I care what any of my kin have to say about what I do?
Well, perhaps. Well, I mean, that rather depends. How badly do you ever want to see Dasha again?
She says, your threats would be more convincing if you told me where she is and why I cannot see her.
Well, look, I am happy to have a civil conversation about this. I assume this is all still in Undercommon, right?
Yep.
And our poor kobold friend is just in the middle being like, what the hell is going on here? I'm keeping conversation deliberately cheery as we go. Okay, I'm happy to have a civil conversation about this, but those threats have to stop.
She says, last chance. Tell me, or he dies.
All right, this has been fun. I walk away.
God, don't kill the orc. Don't kill the orc.
Feck.
No, I don't like this.
As I walk away, under my breath, I'm going to say, Fane, Engi's here, and she's going to kill Morzod.
Morzod,
Yep.
how many hit points do you have?
Bro, damn it. I'm doing a lap.
I have 92.
Wow,
Oh, we're
Jesus.
even.
You guys have so many hit points.
Right.
Well, I have 91, but you know.
I have 46.
If the creature you choose has 100 hit points or fewer, it dies.
Oh, shit.
Dwarfed.
You all watch as Morzod suddenly collapses.
Fucking rip.
Balls!
And
Just thump or like heart attack? Like how are we gonna? How's it do?
you are just dead. It's as though you've suddenly ragdolled and fallen to the ground. And
What was that?
everyone is now staring at this fallen guest at the party.
Christ! Now I'm
and-
Mr. Body.
Engadon
Jesus.
says
Initiate
to
Cluedo.
Vitericus, I won't stop there.
You won't stop there. You won't stop there. I'm going to grab Orsi and cast Feign Death on him.
Shit.
All
So,
right.
Orsi, if you are willing, you drop dead also, or appear to drop dead for all intents and purposes.
I just want everyone to know that Dags is having a loud nervous breakdown right now.
I've dropped into common for this, by the way. You won't stop there.
Should I make a roll or something? How?
No, if
I mean,
you're
I
willing,
trust
you just drop dead.
Vitericus.
So,
Yeah.
oh, sorry, you appear
mean-
to drop dead.
I mean, Orsi is very willing to die at this point because his dad did speak to him. So I don't know. Should I make a roll, Dungeon Master? What should I do?
It's up to you. Or give me an
did
insight
trust-
check.
I
This
guess
is-
how much
Okay.
you trust
Insight to see
Vitericus?
whether
a lot.
you work out that this is part of a ploy.
11. But I trust Vitericus.
No, I think I
truly.
need you to make the save.
Okay.
There is no save, it's just if they're not
Is there a
willing, it
save?
doesn't happen.
Okay, if they're not willing. No, I don't think you understand
No.
what's happening.
Vitericus, what are you doing? What happened to Morzord? Get off me. What's happening?
At this point,
I need you to die!
the crowd
Oh, shit.
is moving apart as they note that someone has fallen, and a couple of Heron Guard are now moving towards the body of Morzod.
Can I
I
call
need
out
you
to
to
the
die.
guard before
Do
something
anything?
sort of happens?
Can you what, sorry?
Can I call out to the guards as they're sort of moving towards Morzod?
Yeah, you see them coming. What do you do?
Cool. Not him, the mirror girl.
And Engadon turns her head towards you for a moment and then just disappears, vanishes from sight.
What is going on?
And the Heron Guard that are approaching immediately stride up to... One goes to you, Vitericus, one goes to Morzod, and kneels and starts checking for a pulse and all of that. The one that has grabbed you, Vitericus, says, would you care to explain what just happened?
Infiltration by a god?
And give me a persuasion check, please.
My goodness.
Can I lift the shirt a little and show the belt?
No.
That's fair. Well, that's a 19 for a total of 31.
Well,
Okay.
You did, yeah.
Glad I got that one out early.
And he says, the god did this, and he points towards Morzod.
Yep, she killed that particular party goer and has now disappeared.
He says,
Killed? What?
Oh yeah, Morzod's dead. We need to get him revived as quick as you can, please.
Dagmar was standing next to Morzod at the time, so I imagine she has spent the last 30 seconds checking pulses and screaming at the body of Morzod.
And the Heron Guard, speaking to you, Vitericus, immediately moves turns and strides back to another guard. And the one who's inspecting Morzod looks up and says, he's dead.
Wait, what do you mean he's dead?
Looks around and says, do we have any healers here?
Is there a cleric?
Brian's here. Brian's here.
Okay. So there is a lot that's going to happen over the next few seconds. So I need to make sure that everything adds up, because there's probably, there might be a bit at stake at the moment.
Yeah.
You think?
You killed the paladin.
Hey, I didn't do it, and Engadon did it.
and Engadon did it.
She made it very clear what her intentions were.
You're gonna
Bud.
stress eat this protein bar.
Okay.
Is there a cleric in the house?
Oh yeah, Orsi's down there, man.
Dagmar is straight up screaming for Brian.
I think Orsi's taking his...
Yeah,
Would he take his mask off? Maybe.
Pantomime Bear is certainly running towards you. And you are also joined by... Oh, where are they? I know I invited them. Oh, yes, the stone golem is walking up. So the Bruin Lark gets to you first. And says, basically kneels over Morzod and says, Dude, what the? And no. This is, and
Oh man, because he's extra angy dead.
yeah, and he, places a hand on your chest, Morzod. Not that you're aware of this at the moment.
No, absolutely, because I'm super dead.
And you all see a glow spread across Morzod's body, and he lifts into the air very dramatically. Limbs hanging down, but pulled up by the chest. And as you're lifting, floating there in the air, Morzod, you draw breath.
Oh, cool.
And
Yeah, cool.
your body floats down to the ground, and you are now standing where you were lying a moment ago. You have no idea what happened, Morzod. You are just having a conversation, and now you wake up floating in the air, and you don't remember going to sleep.
I was going to say, did I have an afterlife thing? Is there a light at the end of the tunnel and that kind of business?
And it's at this point that the stone golem has just reached you and, steps back for a moment in surprise at what's happened. And you hear a dwarf's voice say, "Okay, looks like I'm not needed. Good to know."
All right. Mozart kind of looking very confused because everybody's suddenly looking at him.
Mozart, jeez, are you all right?
And
You died.
Going to
Oh, what?
do a full-on glom backpack hug.
Morzod,
Yeah,
you
Moz just
hear
kinda-
the voice. The pantomime bear puts a paw on your shoulder and says, "Sorry, dude, got to skedaddle before they start asking questions." And pump,
Oh.
the pantomime bear disappears from the ball.
My God.
And
literally.
there is now an audible gasp as everybody is turned towards you. You've caught everybody's attention, and they've just seen a guest disappear after another guest has been apparently resurrected before them.
Yeah.
Resurrected! Jesus Christ almighty. Literally.
No idea what just happened, but this is
Oh,
weird.
oh my God.
You were dead. You died.
Dead! You
what?
killed!
What? I didn't
What's he
even
gonna-
fight anything.
Oh, this is gonna give him a big hug. Big hug
Died.
from the little elf.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
and I mean
Dags
he's already got
firmly
attached tags as well, so kind of shaky back pats for everyone. He's so confused right now.
Can I get perception checks from everybody who is looking around? You may not necessarily be doing that right now.
Yeah,
Hey, Dags isn't looking anywhere.
Mozart's not, so I guess
didn't-
Vinny's
hang
the
on.
only one.
Let me
She's
do one for
putting
Glow.
her biceps entirely into the hug.
Come on,
Yeah.
Glow. Do something useful. 17 for Glow.
Okay.
I don't think I've gone towards Morzod to hug him or anything. I think I'm still standing roughly where I was.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
A little
Okay.
shell-shocked, but looking around.
Yeah. Well, holy fuck.
Glow sees that more Heron Guard have come. It looks like they are ready to basically there is a concern that something might be happening, and they are ready to storm in if they need to.
Mozart is getting a little emotional because everyone else is emotional. He doesn't understand, but just like, what even is going on?
Oh my God! We lost you for a minute there. Terracus, what happened? Orsi's going to be
That's
very
bad.
angry.
That's fair. Did I notice anything with the 26 on the perception?
I didn't see that you
Check.
rolled, sorry.
That's all right.
Oh,
Sorry,
yes.
no, all good.
Okay, Vitericus, you see that one of the guests has been ushered away by the Heron
Is it the
Guard.
one that I think it is?
Well, it'll be
That depends on who you think it is. I can't read minds.
That's fair.
Send a message to the dungeon master.
Yeah, certainly not with the
That's a good
Australian
point,
internet
actually.
being what it is.
No, that's true. That's true.
Where's Dad? Come on, surely you heard his son's cries. Come on, Dad. What's Dad doing?
The Snow Owl has also come to the front and is now looking to... and it does look like he is looking to see whether he can help.
Oh, good.
But
Good man.
everybody, several people have come to the front to see if they can assist, and including the woman in the magnificent sort of night sky outfit. They are front and center trying to see whether their services are needed. The lady in the orchid outfit is also here, looking around to see if they could help.
Lovely ladies.
But everybody is now sort of standing about a bit confused, aware that something has happened, but wondering, well,
What the heck was that?
is it still dangerous?
I
What
was
is
told
what is
there
going
would be dancing at this party, not dying.
on?
Orsi's going to go over to Viterix at this point.
At this point, another Heron Guard enters, and this one they're in the full 3/4 plate, and they
Oh,
have
boss.
a particularly impressive crest on the top. Like some herons and egrets get this sort of breeding plumes at certain times of the year, and you get the impression that this is probably a high-ranking guard. And they walk up, and looks, immediately points at Morzod and Vatericus and says, "You two, come with me. And anyone involved in this, we will make you if we have to."
Involved in what?
Involved in what? Are we involved?
And
You
he says
just kind of attached, I guess.
that is exactly what we are trying to
Dagmar is-
determine.
Not disentangling, so you're just going to have to Yoda her into this.
Yeah, doing the thing of the walking with the 3-year-old attached to the legs. Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Well, Morzod is agreeable to do the awkward shuffle.
Okay. So those of you who agree to go will be escorted by the Heron Guard out of the ballroom. Are the 4 of you going?
Yeah.
I don't know if Horsey will. I think he might stay behind.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Vatericus nods but doesn't move, I think.
The captain says, looks directly at you, Vatericus, and says, "One of my men has informed me that you are speaking to the individual who did this, who caused the disturbance."
Disturbance? She
He
killed
says-
my friend.
He says, "Then can you please
Draco.
come with us so that you can tell us the details without causing further alarm?"
I would genuinely love to,
Then
but I
come.
don't think I can move.
Come on, you should. Come on, you can go with them. It's all
Also,
right.
you can't see his face because of the faceplate. He says,
Mm.
"Do you need help? Are you magicked? Are you hurt?"
Not hurt, but help would be appreciated. If someone could just get me started, that would be ideal.
Oh, Horsey's going to give him a little walk to the door. Come on, I got you.
And as you are escorted out, the captain guard then sort of raises his voice and says, "Guests, please do not be alarmed. We have the situation under control. It appears there's been a minor misunderstanding. You may resume your festivities." And the musicians who had quite dramatically stopped playing a moment ago start again playing some gentle background music. And
Pack-a-Bell's cannon, quick!
Oh, jeez. Play the favourites.
of course, you are all being stared at as you walk out. And you know that
Horsey's staying behind still.
Okay, also
Yeah,
staying
I'll give him a
behind.
thank you pat on the arm as I leave. But yes,
Don't worry,
I'm
I got
leaving
it
the
here.
door and-
So
you.
the 3 of you are being stared at as you walk out, and you're well aware that you've become the talk of the ball.
Oh yeah,
When aren't we?
me and my fantastic Barry outfit and everything.
Mm.
Good thing I was well dressed for it.
So you are escorted to the sitting room, the parlour, as it's called, a room for speaking to people in, which is why it's called a parlour.
It's a parlay.
Yeah.
And parlay in the parlour. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, yo, never even thought of that, but cool.
And there are the 3 of you, and there are currently 4 Heron Guard in this room, including the captain, who are taking this very seriously. You also get the impression that the ballroom is now being watched very, very closely. And there's a bit of activity behind the scenes as every guard is being told something might have happened, leave nothing to chance. And so at this point, the captain will ask the 3 of you to explain what happened.
Telling me I died.
I was talking to Morzod and then he died.
Oh my god.
I don't even know what happened, but that's what they say. And they say, oh, 1 minute I was talking, and the next minute I was kind of floating a bit.
He was
and
alive and then he was dead. He was straight up dead.
The guard captain says, "Sir, do you mind removing your masks so that I can see you?"
Yeah, Morzod's fine with
Okay.
taking the mask off.
Okay.
I guess
and-
because Dagmar's entire thing is magic, she's just gonna go from full dragon to just casual dags.
Yeah, I think I fall into the chair that I'm standing on in the thing and just drop into normal gear.
Okay. The captain is going to look at each of you, but it seems his priority is actually basically doing a medicine check on Morzod,
Oh, good.
which I will roll.
Good boy.
Yeah, Morzod's kind of looking at
Oh, what did he
hands and stuff.
roll?
Anyone? Let's go.
He rolls a natty 1.
No, buddy, he's not.
I think
he's still
not
dead.
pathetic.
That sure is a half orc.
Looks,
He's green. We need to stop him from being green.
So sick.
No, that's normal. I'm supposed to be green. It's fine.
he sort of inspects you, and then he looks quite concerned, and he looks at Vitericus and Dagmar and says, "Does he always look like this?
Uh-huh.
You're gonna have to be more specific.
Is this normal? His face?"
It's usually that handsome, yes.
Sorry.
He's got amazing cheekbones.
Sorry, so I meant nothing by that.
Do I look okay, Dax? Am I alright?
You look good for someone who was just dead. In fact, you look good in general.
Alright. It's good. I don't feel dead.
And Captain says, "Well, that's something.
I mean, nothing hurts."
Who did this?"
He looks to the other two because he's
Dagmar
completely
is gonna
clueless.
look to Vitericus?
Probably the quietest Vitericus has ever been in his entire life. Even after he almost died that one time. He'll just very quietly almost whisper, "Engadon."
Oh, fuck.
Ooh, shit.
How many gods have turned up to this party?
Give me persuasion roll from Vitericus. Yeah, just a straight up persuasion roll.
With advantage because I'm out of gear and he recognizes the belt.
Yes, okay.
Damn it.
I'm completely fucked, but the belt is still pristine.
Freshly
You're gonna be-
polished.
Beautiful corpse, and everyone's going to recognize that belt.
Yeah.
26
Wow,
on the
look at the
persuasion.
skeleton.
So recognizable.
Wow, this guy's got really fucked up, but nice belt.
Yeah, and he says, he lowers his voice and says, "The All Slaver, the god of undeath.
Yeah, she sucks.
Go on.
Are you certain it was her?"
Oh, yeah.
Who was she?
The mirror lady.
He looks up at one of the guards who nods and immediately leaves to make sure that that information is spread. And he says, "Why did she do it?"
Oh. Why do the gods do anything?
She really likes killing people.
She's not very
She's
nice.
petulant, she's petty.
So you need to understand, although your safety is important to me, the safety of my princess is paramount.
Of course, this is not a state issue.
You understand. I can't just take your word for that.
I mean, that's fair. Engadon could just decide that she wants to kill a lot of people, but he's not wrong. She does dislike us especially.
Him, mostly. Him.
At that point, he's going to say, "Okay, I think I need you to explain that to me."
Moslod kind of looks at Dags.
I caught him trying to kill him in the middle of the night once in his bedroom.
We've had some unfortunate run-ins.
Yeah.
Engadon is convinced that I have, or have at one point, carried a shard of her dead girlfriend within me, and has become fixated on me.
This is going to be another persuasion check. High DC because it's rather ludicrous, but
True, it is true, hence not deception.
I have confidence in your ability to.
Well, let's find out. Yeah, that's a 31.
Yep. That beats. I'd mentally set the DC to be 25 or higher, so
Yes!
yeah.
I
The only
defeat his
man who could beat
incredulity.
it.
To be fair, Vinny looks pretty shook.
Mhm.
for those who are curious, when I set difficulty class, it sort of boils down to 10 is average. Pretty much anybody can make a 10 unless they're very unlucky. 20 is like very hard but doable. 25 is almost impossible. And
But not
30
almost.
is, look, 30 is godlike. You have to be superhuman to achieve a 30.
Thank you.
That's
That means a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, Vinny's already done that once today.
And he says, so, you do not believe that she is here to harm the princess in any way?
If she is, it's completely separate to what just happened in the ballroom.
I see. Very well. At this point, it will cut back to Orsi. Cass has walked up to you and says, Orsi, I heard a great deal of commotion. Can you please tell me what's happening?
Yeah. Remember in my letters I told you about Engadon and all that stuff.
Yes, I had hoped you were exaggerating.
I wasn't, and that was her, and I'm pretty sure she just killed my friend.
It's
And
okay. He got better.
he's fine. I hear Morzord yell from the. I got better.
Morzord is back in the background radiation of the universe.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh god.
All is well.
Sometimes I can still hear his voice. I'm not dead. we cope with the pain through comedy. And I'm also whispering this, and I'm pretty sure. Contextually, I'm pretty sure the guy in the pantomime bear costume was the god of parties who brought him back from the dead. And to really just put the cherry on the really great cake tonight, I accidentally talked to my dad.
And he says,
In order of calamity.
he says,
In ascending scale, there's 2 gods and dads here.
At least 2 gods that you know of.
That I know of. That I personally know.
he says, oh, I'm so glad I came.
Yeah, quite the evening so far, isn't it, buddy?
Do you need to go for a walk? Do you need to get some fresh air?
Yeah, I think I need to go outside.
All right. Let's go outside. Lead on.
Do we see Mr. Snowy Owl anywhere?
Snowy Owl is watching you very intently from...
Like a hawk, except like an owl.
Yeah.
They're all glaring at 2 penguins.
Give me an insight check, please.
Okay. Should have been a skewer.
Hang on.
Eat penguins.
What's the king parrot doing?
What? Oh my god, I got a nat 20 on my blizzard dice. I'm a penguin.
So
22 for a 22. For a
also,
22.
there's a moment where you see the Snowy Owl glaring at you. It's very easy to interpret it as,
What
he's
the fuck?
angry, he's suspicious,
Yeah.
he's whatever, because, he's got the face of a Snowy Owl. But you then realize that there is almost a revelation as you suddenly realize when Morzor went down, he was actually one of the first people to rush to the front, and you realize he wasn't actually rushing to help Morzod. He was rushing to make sure that you are okay. And he is watching
Dad.
you to make sure that you are still okay.
Oh,
so it doesn't
Dad.
kill him then.
He's also realised that Ozzy has friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck?
What the
Really
fuck?
loud obnoxious for.
That's how
Yeah,
you
he
can tell
calls
they're
Jeremy.
friends.
Yeah.
He's definitely still walking with Cass, but I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Part of him would very much like his dad to come out and follow him, but he doesn't say anything.
So the two of you go out into the hall because you cannot exit through the any of the other doors because they've been very securely locked. So it's up to you whether you want to wander the halls of the palace or actually step outside. But you'll have to go through
Are the halls? Yeah, they're quite empty. Are the halls quite empty?
There are a few of the guests are out in the halls, taking a break from the noise. Probably a few might have a touch of autism about them, need to get away from the crowd. You can also see there are a few servants moving around, a few guards. So it's not crowded by any means, though.
But the garden would, the front door would be, out to the garden party area. Yeah. Halls is fine.
Okay. Back to the parlor, where essentially the interrogation goes on a little further, but it is a very gentle interrogation. The guard is intent on getting as much information as possible, but does not suspect any of you of wrongdoing. That's been cleared up through the conversation. And he, after asking a few more questions, finally comes to the final question to you, Vitericus. He says, understand, the safety of the princess rests on my shoulders tonight. I've advised that she be kept away from the ball until we deem it is safer for her to return. I do not want to keep her from the party that she organized, but it is also vital that I do not let harm come to her. So, keeping this in mind, when I say, do you think Engadon will return, I need you to be completely honest with me.
I think by this stage, Vitericus is back to not quite full tilt, but can at least make eye contact with someone without 1,000-yard staring off into the distance. So he'll lock eyes with the Knight Commander and say, even if she does, there are at least 3 gods who will consider us a bigger target than her. So I would imagine that as long as we are here, the princess is probably about as safe as she's ever going to be from Engadon.
He looks at the 3 of you and says, I had heard that the so-called champions, or the heroes of Providence, were visiting us. I'd heard some fairly wild stories about you lot. Not half so exaggerated as I thought they were.
Yeah,
Sadly, no.
a metaphorical team name.
Well, I will make my decision anon. The 3 of you may return to the party. If you have any concerns, any fears, any more information, speak to the nearest Heron guard and they will take it to me. Understood?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He turns to you, Morzod, and says, so if you need time to rest and recover, you're welcome to stay in this room as long as you need to.
I'm a bit shook up, but I think I'm all right. I think I'm all right.
I think we need beer.
That is a good idea. I could definitely use a drink.
Mm-hmm.
Says, well, it is some time until supper, but perhaps if you were to find your way to the kitchen, you might get a preview.
Yes, kitchen.
Kitchen.
And
All right.
And as you step out of the parlor to search for the kitchen, this is where you find you happen to see Orsi and Cass wandering the halls.
What?
Yeah, you cut out briefly there.
Oh, 2 little penguins. just tickled.
Shuffling together. These are pretty fantastic mental image.
Actually, just before the 3 of you find Orsi and Cass, there will be a short conversation with them in the halls as Cass says to you, Orsi, this is quite the life you've fallen into over here.
Yeah, I kind of stumbled into it, didn't I?
I get the impression you don't hate it as much as you pretend to.
I mean, Beats being locked up in a gilded tower, don't you think?
I suspect this is exactly the kind of thing that your father was hoping you wouldn't find, the kind of trouble you wouldn't get into.
Yeah. They kind of started talking about the time we killed a dragon in front of him. It wasn't great. But I don't know, I don't feel at home here anymore. I mean, with all the nobles and stuff. I mean, I act like I do, but I really don't like it. I also don't have any money left, Cass. I'm really broke, seriously.
He says, oh, horsey. I am so pleased to hear that.
Oh, fuck you. Yeah, well, I'm glad that you inherited your family's fortune.
Yes,
I didn't get that, did I?
Look, don't. I will help. Don't worry. Oh, my dear, I'm so sorry. I.
The others look to me for financial stability, Cass.
He says, I'm sure they do.
I'm living a lie. I have to be so haughty all of the time. I can't stand it. I don't even like other elves that much.
Oh my god. This is one hell of a stress reaction, the poor bastard.
And as that last line, said slightly louder than intended, echoes down the hallway. I don't even like other elves that much. That the three of you step out into the hallway.
We're getting beer. Do you want to come get beer?
Dagmar!
And Cass says, God's yes.
Oh my god, you stay out of beer.
Follow us.
He's looking for the kitchen, because it's not supper yet, but I think we've earned having a beer.
Cass immediately strides off after the three of you, and then pauses and turns and says, Horsey, you coming?
Oh yeah, where else am I supposed to go? And takes his hand. Mozo, are you alright? Just real quick, how are you feeling?
I'm not dead.
I noticed.
No, I didn't feel anything, so I guess that's something, isn't it? Are you supposed to feel something when you die?
I've never died before! Wait, that's not true. I kind of did that one time. That's different.
Question.
What happened?
Look, we think it was Engidon, apparently.
Engidon, I knew.
I didn't see her because I was dead.
I was looking at you and then you were dead. I didn't see shit.
It sort of come out of nowhere.
But
Brian
what did you ask me to die for?
Brian helped? Oh, phew, that's lucky, isn't it?
Yeah, I called for Brian and Brian resurrected you. And then he disappeared. He went.
There's a lot happening.
That's fair. He doesn't like it when he gets a whole lot of attention.
I'm really glad I knew he was here.
Oh, yeah.
I have literally never seen Vitericus this quiet before. Are you okay? Genuinely asking.
Traumatized.
Yeah.
Is he still in the parlor, or did he fall us out as well?
Doug, move your face so we know you've not frozen.
Yeah, no, I'm not frozen. It's all good.
It's just, God
the
damn it,
only other
Australia.
time Vitericus is quiet, right? When I freeze and he can't say anything. Or I'm on mute. No. Vitericus is just sort of following, but at the back and quiet.
Absolute shell shock.
Yeah, well, kind of. Mostly sort of the only question he's really interested in at the moment is when other people ask if Morzod's all right. Everything else is sort of white noise.
Hey, Vitericus, come on. Look, Morzod is a living tank, clearly undestructible. How are you doing?
Good question. Ask me again tomorrow.
She killed our boy.
I don't know if I want to ask you tomorrow. I want to know now if you're alright. Clearly you're not. What did she say to you?
Vitericus is not nervously, but like aggressively shuffling through his Tarokka deck.
The
and
cards.
flipping over like all of the really, like when he flips a card, it's real angry and violent type cards that are coming up.
Vitericus, they're pieces of paper. They don't have the answers.
Oh no, this is not an answer flip. This is a vibe check flip.
It's the pieces.
Is there a fluffy bunny, Tarokka? Just asking.
You shuffling through that deck
probably the closest.
is no different than Cass peering into a magic globe. It's nothing. No offense.
Well, the deck may be nothing,
Some
but it
take
is giving me some focus.
Okay. What did she say to you? Do you want to talk about it? Is it about you know who and you know where again?
Yes.
Of course it is. Of course
Because
it
it's
is.
always about that. I'm going to have to kill a god.
Oh, well, that was quite the logical leap that we've all just made in this room. I don't know if I quite like the energy we've created this evening. Which god specifically were you looking to perhaps kill?
Brian,
Just be clear.
I sort of think the obvious here.
Yes, the obvious one at least.
How do you kill a god of death?
And
What an
with that
excellent question.
I would very much like to think that is a perfect place to end this session.
Mhm.
Seriously.
How do you kill a god of death?
The answer is with a revive item, because they didn't
Phoenix Downs,
actually
Phoenix
remove that functionality in Final Fantasy VI. And
You gotta bugger out.
That is our episode for this week. Our trauma-filled, entertaining masquerade ball, which is not over yet.
Oh my god.
In fact,
We've only
technically,
we've been here for like less than an hour. It's great.
Not even dance time yet.
I mean, the ball has barely begun. So we will be back next week to find out what happens next, and whether that is the end of the drama for this.
look, I doubt it, but also
event.
one of us has already died. Jesus, wept.
In the first hour of the ball.
We haven't
the
even
gods.
entrees,
So
crudités.
thank you very much for watching. We will see you again next week. Bye.